Mental Health Portrayals in Movies by
Liz Avila,
Jackson Jennings,
Michael Rivera. Mental illness is a part of everyday life for many people, even more so today where 1 in 5 of America's youth end up suffering from at least one type of mental disorder during their lives. The country has become much more aware of mental illness and have more knowledge about its causes and effects than people once did, yet there still seems to be a stigma surrounding it. In America, over 50% of people with a mental illness never receive treatment. The average American watches 30 films a year. Odds are, if any of those people watched a movie with a character who has a mental illness, they'll likely be a serial killer or some other person with very little consideration for human lives or their wishes to keep their limbs actually attached to their bodies. The way mental illness is portrayed in films could very well affect the way people perceive them, especially since films are so popular and so often discussed. Young people are especially likely to be influenced by films due to the fact their minds and worldviews are still developing. This is why it is important to have positive portrayals of mental illness in the media. Perhaps the common negative portrayals could be connected to why mental illness is often included in discussions of the cases of murders, such as Nicholas Cruz. Maybe it could even be linked to why the majority of people suffering from mental illness or disorder never seek treatment. With the popularity of movies and the high number released in the United States every year, and a decent amount featuring a character with mental illness, how often is that character or the treatment of their mental illness portrayed negatively? That was why this study was done. If it can be shown just how often mental illness is shown in a negative way, it could show how important it is for filmmakers to start making more films that do the opposite.
Codebook. So our codebook starts off with the basic or general information such as the title of the movie, the year of release, the directors, the genre, and the grossing it has made over a lifetime. This is so where we didn't just randomly pick movies, but decided on movies that were very well-known classics or just popular in general. We specifically are looking at all of the characters in the movie that are portrayed with a type of mental illness. Our goal is to see who, what, and how this character is played. What's their race? Are they white, black, undistinguishable? In other words, we cannot determine from their physical appearances. Are they male, female, or another gender? How old are they? Are they children between 0 and 17 years old, or are they adults? We want to find out the residential status of the characters as well. Do they live alone or with family or no home at all? Maybe even an institution. Their residential status reflects their social class. If they are homeless, it's definitely assumed in today's standards that they are impoverished or lower class, etc. Our goal is to figure out what specific type of person is mainly associated with mental illnesses and disorders. Then we inquire about their disorders. Collectively, we've decided on common disorders seen as today, such as delusional, depression and anxiety, anorexia/bulimia, schizophrenia, post-traumatic stress, and obsessive-compulsive disorders, etc. Next is about their treatment, if they receive any at all. Are they participating in therapy? Are they prescribed any medications? Are they not even seeking treatment whatsoever? Finally, we want to know how the disorder or illness is portrayed overall in the movie. Are these people considered psychopaths or sociopaths? Are they kind and misunderstood? Is it a mix of both? We personally will rate them as positive, neutral, or negative, and unknown. Overall being they were in a good light, and negative being in a bad light. Neutral is where it's a bit of both, but unknown is where we couldn't really understand the light the directors were shining on these characters.
Access to media. We will watch A Beautiful Mind on Netflix, and Xfinity On Demand has Silence of the Lambs, American Sniper, Perks of Being a Wallflower, Black Swan, The One Who Flew the Cuckoo's Nest, and Shutter Island. Because Split, American Psycho, and Fight Club are non-accessible due to copyright reasons, we bought these on DVD.
Contribution. Jackson, Michael, and I have all chosen movies we will collect data on. We have chosen 10 specific movies and tried to split them evenly amongst the three of us. Personally, I am researching the movies Split, 2017, American Sniper, 2014, and Black Swan, 2010. I personally have never watched these movies before, nor have researched anything about them, other than they display some kind of mental disorder very obviously.
My movies will be A Beautiful Mind, Shutter Island, and Silence of the Lambs. I have watched all of these movies previously, and they are some of my favorite movies, so I am well versed in the plot as well as the state of mental illness prevalence within the movies.
The films I'll be watching are Fight Club, Perks of Being a Wallflower, The One Who Flew the Cuckoo's Nest, and American Psycho.